I really wasn't into cars until I got my first car, which was a 2001 Nissan Altima. Uh, I've never seen that car before until I got it, and then once I got it, I started to see them little by little. Um, but my best friend, Damian Lapsley, he was like my neighbor, backyard. He actually moved the same time as I did, but he's from Boston, so we always had that, like that rivalry because of the New York Boston thing. Um, but he introduced me to it. He took me to the first car meet ever, which was the Varsity when it was still going on. He took me in his car. His car was a 1992 or 93 Honda Integra DA. He called it the Red Dragon. I loved it. It was like the loudest thing ever. And once he took me around there, I was seeing all the other cars. It was different. I liked the vibes. I liked the people. People were like, I wouldn't say super friendly, but they were just different. They were open to everybody. Um, I just enjoyed it ever since then. I told him I want to come back. What do I need to do this to my car? And immediately when we went to the phone or to the computer, he said, "Man, they don't make nothing for your car." And I was like, well, I guess I got to give up at that point. Um, but then I started seeing different ways to work on the car, and I just improvised. My name is Kevin Velarde, born and raised in New York, South Bronx. Um, been there for about 13, 14 years, and I moved here in 2006. People who have came across, yeah, especially with this car back here, they've always seen it's one of those cars that you can't do too much to, especially when it first came out. Um, but once I started thinking about certain things, what to do to it, uh, it inspired people. It hit people. I guess it made like a movement, I guess you can say. Um, After that, just each year, I just saw something brand new, different. Did it motivate people? Yeah. Did I enjoy it at the time? Yeah, I kind of did. But at that point, it was more like, hey, let me help out the people in the community, be different. And I think that was just like my main thing to like motivate was to be different. Yeah, like cars are like canvases to me. Like it's an empty canvas. It's a blank canvas. Start from scratch, of course. And what I like about each car, and it's you see it for every car. It's not only car enthusiasts, not people like us. It's anybody. They do one little thing to customize it, to reflect themselves. And so I like that. Everybody's unique in their own way. Um, it's not only a car thing. It's how people project themselves on like what they like to do to their car. With me, of course, like I like to lower my vehicles. I like it a certain way. My wife, she likes to keep it very simple. If she can throw some Chicago things on it, she would. Um, so yeah, it's artwork. It is artwork to me. I like not only to work on my own artwork, but I like to see other people's artwork. I like video games. I like anything that has to do with like Square Enix games, Kingdom Hearts. I like Final Fantasy games, mainly Final Fantasy VII, because that was actually the first PlayStation game I've ever played. Um, a lot of gaming with my 6-year-old son. We're trying to get into streaming soon. Music has always been a thing for me. whether it's like old school or new school. Mainly prefer old school. And watching anime. Watching anime is just like one of my things. I think whenever I got into the car things and the whole Japanese thing, the theme, it's like it all linked to each other for certain things. Like it was video games, Japanese video games. It was Japanese um, anime, and I'll listen to some J-pop too. I'm open to any kind of music. So right now I'm like currently done with this one. I mean, I would have to do a couple of things, like maybe like small little the lid protector, possibly the Tina tail lights. But as of like right now, it's like too. I'm content with it, more than content. Will I work on something later on? I might work on the Wife Sentra. Not sure. I'm trying to get some wheels for it. At least wheels. But I do want to save up later for my and her dream car, which will be the Cadillac CTS V, and I want to work on that. So currently with this car, yeah, I'm kind of like finished with it. Like I said, maybe a couple things here and there. Um, like I did a couple years ago, like retire the whole car show scene coming out as much as I used to. But it's just one of those things that's always with me. Even if I retire, I'm always gonna love cars. I'm always gonna love like working on it, doing something different, riding down the street and like breaking necks, or just hearing those compliments of like, hey, I like your car, and I thank you. I try to stay a humble person with the whole car scene. I know lately it's been a little different. Um, and I want to come back to it, especially after all this COVID stuff. I want to come back to it. Just mainly me focusing on myself. I think I went through a little of a change at heart because I was going through a lot. Um, whether it was house-wise, family-wise, marriage-wise, or school. I was everywhere, and I could not focus on one thing. So of course, I kind of backed away from the less important things and focused more on school and my family. I feel like I regained that back. So that's why I came out, just a little bit. Finally got the car painted. Finally got the car lowered. Will I come back to the scene? Yeah, because I miss everybody. I miss the vibes. Like I said in the beginning, I miss everybody, the new people, making new friends. There's a lot of people that I miss and that miss me. Now that I have everything, balanced out. But I guess the next time I would come back to the scene is either to support a couple of my friends, especially like Clean Culture. If I'm going out with my best friend, because I know he wants to come back in the game, work on his car. Just all for fun, really. Just all for fun. My motives back then were more of like centered towards me, but I see now it's more towards, it has to be towards everybody. Like support like the whole community, not just yourself, not just as some people say, go for the clout. Like just be there for everybody.